think it was you telling me that you think Malik Willis could be playing somewhere else next year.
Yeah, I could definitely
with what he's shown, the little bits he's been able to show this year, and opportunities.
So, would you guys give Daniels the CJ Stroud title right now?
No.
I like Jaden Daniels though.
All right,
I really like what he's doing.
You don't think
I can't do it yet?
Not yet. Tua's back. Come on, let's give the. He played a solid game.
He did play a solid game. He slid, to which the crowd cheered for. That's kind of bogus.
Yeah.
But
brother's brain is applesauce, and you're cheering for another injury.
So Kev just pulled it up, and actually I did see a story on this.
I saw it too.
That NFL players have eaten at least 80,000 of the Uncrustables this year, or in a year.
I don't like Uncrustables.
That's crazy.
You don't?
Get laced up.
Let's go.
It's time for Banter with the boys.
Yo, welcome back to Banter with the Boys. Gridiron updates. So week 9. What's going on with the football?
Nah, I'm ready.
It's throwing me off. I've never seen you do that.
Well,
to start the show.
Just keeping it high and tight, so
It's not very high and tight.
Well, sorry.
Yeah, put it across your chest. Yeah.
There it is.
There we go.
All right.
There we go. High and tight. But anyway, the Vikings were not high and tight this weekend. But anyway, we got 2 returning guests this week.
Yeah, buddy.
The same guests that were here last week to my left this time because we have switched seats. And I need to get used to turning both ways. Oh, yeah, and at the camera so you guys can see me, of course. But yeah, anyway, to my left, Grant, our resident Chiefs fan.
Indeed.
What's going on this week?
It's been a good week. Another win, still undefeated. I'll take that.
Can't really.
Look,
I'll take that.
take that. Yeah,
Congratulations.
barely.
Must be
Yeah,
nice.
It was an interesting game.
It was definitely closer than I expected.
Yeah, I think it was closer than a lot of people expected. But like you were telling me before, maybe it's just because Mahomes was told to keep it close for rating.
Yeah,
There
something
it
like
is.
that.
Yeah. Anyway, to our right over here on the other side of the table.
What's good? I'm
Coming
back.
back this week. What's good? Trey's
good, dude? I'm
Trey's
back. I'm
He's
back.
back again.
I had a fun time, so I'm glad I came back.
Oh, you had a fun time?
I did. I thought
Awesome.
it was pretty fun.
Good.
I had a fun time too.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Nobody asked.
We all had fun time. Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Everyone's feeling good.
Vikings fans and Chiefs fans, calm down. Holy crap. Whoa. Lucky you.
We
You
haven't
guys are
played
lucky
yet.
I'm holding them back.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
what's going on.
Yeah. Waiting for the Super Bowl.
That's
Yeah,
the
what-
true reason why we're now on the ends.
Yeah, gotta keep them separated.
Right. Correct. Can't sit next to each other. Anyway, next to me, Rob, who's also like a oddly, like a quarter of a Chiefs fan this season for some reason. You
What?
You kept mentioning him. Or now that we have a Chiefs fan that's came on the pod, now you're no longer, because you were like, oh yeah, Chiefs fan, you support, blah blah blah, all this weird stuff. We can clip it. I'll go back and make you a montage.
You could,
And
but
send it.
I'm pretty sure I had
Super good.
Is that
AFC
called a
championship
montage?
the whole time. Yeah.
What?
I had them at the AFC Championship at the beginning of the year, so
I mean, I did
don't
too,
know
but
why I'm
I did
suddenly
too,
doing, but on the Viking side, it was a tough week, so I had to change it up today. I had to go sit up in the deer stand,
Sure.
Got to hunt for some confidence. So, I think we're back. We needed this.
The
But
Vikes are back.
well, I think we're gonna get a win this week, and we'll be back.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
So that's how I'm feeling right now.
I have a question, real quick, before we move on, which we absolutely should. How long are you going to hold that football?
All day until the next set. Boom. Transitioning.
Oh, until we transition?
Yep.
So what else you guys want to talk about? No, anyway.
How awesome I did in my picks this week, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, okay. Not so much. But anyway, let's move on to our Week 8 recap. And the first game we are going to recap is, of course, Skull to the Bull Nation, the Vikings, who lost by 10 to the Rams in the Rams' house. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Matt Stafford looking like the guy that,
Won a
is
Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Is now rumored to be traded to the Vikings, funny enough.
Those rumors are dumb.
You've heard him though.
Yeah, all
You've
you
heard him, though?
people that are saying
like
that
Sam Darnold for Stafford. Like what?
dumb.
Doesn't make sense.
D-U-M.
You're dumb.
Darnold was in MVP considerations 2 weeks ago. Now, definitely not. But let's ignore that part. But 2 weeks ago, you know what I mean?
And would they be hopping onto him as a rental, or is it going to be a long-term?
Oh,
solution?
rental.
Oh,
for
let's
sure.
not even talk about it.
If the Vikings did that, right? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we should not, right? But big if the Vikings did that, it would be to start JJ McCarthy next season. I would
for sure.
imagine.
Yeah.
But I don't think we need to jump on that
No.
wagon.
Well,
Definitely not.
why are the Rams aren't going to do the deal now? Because now they're 3-4. They're back
Right.
in it, and they're in a division that everyone's 500 across
That's
the board.
kind of a weird division right
so
now.
like,
A division that you thought the Niners were going to run away with, and now
true.
Rams absolutely do have a shot at it.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, like I mean, me and you've been talking about it all year long. This Rams team is played competitive in every game other than
The
that
definition
Cardinals game.
of gritty.
Exactly.
Rams
So,
team. I
and
mean,
I
they're
saw they were
battle-tested.
gritty against us this week. I
Yeah,
was very
sure.
impressed with the Rams. Puka and Cooper Cup coming back
Yeah,
was
pissed me off.
Yeah, pissed me right off.
It did, but like we also played their A team, so we got to
Yeah.
So I like playing the A team versus them without Stafford. So. It was a tough game, so it exposed us, especially interior line, a bunch, and then on the defensive side, we could not get pressure on him at all. So
No, he was shredding the defense, kind of what Jared Goff did the week prior. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was almost identical.
yeah,
Ironic that they have both played for Detroit. One of them currently, obviously, but it was just funny. It was almost the same thing.
and then continue on this Lions effect. Every team that play the Lions the next week, they don't play very well.
which is interesting.
So and I think I don't know if it's perfect this year that scenario's worked out, but it's most of the time. So that's an interesting take. So, but losing, we got to talk about the injury at left tackle. Losing, starting the second best left tackle in football that's a huge loss. We made a trade today. I know we're talking in the news and stuff like that, but yeah. So moving forward, though, we got winnable teams, winnable games. So I think we'll be all right.
The one thing though is the Vikings could not run the ball against this Rams defense. It felt like there was just nothing there. They were giving nothing up and played a great game. And typical Vikings fan, right? Oh, our offense didn't produce, so the defense played a great game. Well, I mean, they did though. They really did. Still held Sam Darnold. I mean, he still went off though. 240, 2 tuds.
It was a
not
good
enough.
football
Just
game,
Not enough.
you
It
know?
was a good football game. I can't recall. I feel like there was not that many turnovers in this game. Was there any?
No, but it was the penalties. We had a bunch of
There's a
penalties.
lot of
that put
turnovers in the
us.
league this
It put
weekend.
us in down and distance.
Oh, we had a pick.
all game long too. We get something going, we'd have some kind of penalty that would push us back, and it just became difficult, didn't it?
Oh, it definitely did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you end up watching the game?
I mean,
Caught a little bit of it.
I watched maybe 10 minutes of it, if I'm being
Of the
completely
Vikes
honest.
game?
Yeah. Kid had hockey, and I was just not paying attention.
So what's the vibes of a bandwagon Vikings fan then?
Life is good, man. I'm chilling. I feel great.
You're still 5-2 right now.
Dude,
Still
I'm
5-2?
5-2, which is not bad. I think, I don't know, things are on the up and up. Like you said, we have a bunch of winnable games coming up. So
But can they beat the Lions the next time they see them?
absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Well, dude, they're a wagon. They're so good.
They're wagging now, but they got to stay healthy all year long, and that's
This is true.
with every team in the NFL.
The Vikings are
you
going
know.
to upset them in their house. It's
So,
gonna be,
I don't
there's going to be kids crying.
I like it.
Me, I will be the kid crying.
Wait, you're a Detroit fan now? Did he just hop teams?
I think
I
so.
heard it.
in segment.
The train's over there. I hopped right on.
Oh,
dog.
there it is.
Oh my
He's in the house. Get it to him.
Unreal. Graham, outsider looking in, obviously not a Vikes fan, but you live in Minnesota.
I
so
do.
The conversations come up inevitably, probably at work too, I'd imagine.
Oh, for sure.
So, what? Obviously, the Vikings, like I said, didn't have a great rushing game this weekend, and that seemed to affect it a little bit. But
Yep.
I mean, JJ still went off for over 100 yards, typical.
Sure.
But what should the Vikings feel concerned? Again, as you, a non-Vikings fan, losing by 10 to the Rams.
Yeah, watching that game, I don't think I should be, or I don't think you guys should be super concerned.
Thank you.
Well, I mean,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, the running game wasn't what
taking that
it's
to the
been the
bank.
past couple of weeks, but they're still playing strong. They played against the Rams A team, and that's the first time the Rams have having their A team
In a minute.
in a minute.
Yeah,
been a while.
So-
Week 1 probably.
Yeah,
even,
so-
and
They were due for some sort of breakout game, so there it was.
Okay, so you think that's the Rams' breakout game right there?
I do.
Okay, so the Rams, just looking here real quick.
Yep.
The Rams traveling to Seattle, that's going to be tough.
Yep.
And then they play at home against Miami, and then two New England. I mean, that's a potential 3-0 stretch for a Rams
Could be.
team that's battle tested at this point.
Yep.
If they win in Seattle,
with their weapons,
I think they could win the next two after that.
yeah.
For sure.
Playoff team with all their weapons back. I mean, and Jared Verse is looking like a solid first-round draft pick at this point out of Florida State. He's
Sure.
big, strong dude. He kind of gives me that that Mac look.
Jared Verse, is that number 8? That was the
Yeah.
guy that was shredding us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was working on Darisaw all day, and he gave him fits. So, I think he'll give the rest of the league some fits moving forward. So, he ends up looking like he's a baller. He's a dog.
Dog.
So,
He's got that energy.
but I mean, as a Vikings
Does have
fan,
the
I also
energy.
want to see a little more Jordan Addison. I don't really like to see
Free the three?
3 targets.
Free
yeah,
the
free
three.
the
Free the 3, that's what he's
been.
been saying.
So
That's been a thing since USC.
Pittsburgh actually, I think. Or,
Is it?
yeah,
Even-
I mean that's
even
where he was
before
before
USC?
USC. Yeah, he was doing that. I heard it on the radio, but either way, there doesn't matter to me on the aspect. But Hawking back, so
Can only be a help.
yeah. But D line, yeah, I got to call it out. They didn't get any pressure on Stafford at all. They had one opportunity to make a sack, and Stafford got out and threw that dime touchdown that kind of changed the mo of the game and
No
I mean,
Momo.
the mo of the game. So
Can't be changing
More
the
money,
Momo.
more problems.
Well, not to change your Momo, but we have to move on. that did not come out the way I would have liked it. Let's move on to the Packers at the Jaguars. Another big game for Vikings fans as well, since the Packers got the dub here. But the score looks closer for me than the game actually felt. I know you caught a little bit of this game, Graham, I believe.
Yep.
So why don't you let us in on some of your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like a lot of it was kind of what I predicted it to be.
that
you know,
first half.
Yeah, that first half
Gunslinging.
being a very much so,
Yep.
throw it as far as we can, and just
See
have
if it sticks.
have a throwing, match off, and that's kind of what I watched in the first half.
They were pretty solid, but
It was real exciting to watch.
I mean, even when Malik Willis came in, he had a couple decent throws
Yeah.
too, and I
Yep.
mean, made the right reads, made a
Yeah.
made a play or two on his legs too, and
Yep, the Jaden reads.
it's not, yeah. And wait a minute, wasn't Jaden Reed, wasn't he the one wide open at the end of the game too on like that last drive?
Yeah.
Just like
wide open.
Come on.
Was it Willis that missed him?
no, he hit him.
He hit him.
He hit
yeah.
him. That's how they ended up winning the
Oh,
game,
okay.
and but just wide open. But for me, Trevor Lawrence lost this game. He didn't play that bad, right? How can a guy that goes 21 for 32, 308 yards, 2 touchdowns, a pick, lose the game, right? But in the third quarter, he had a big fumble that really changed the Momo, if you will.
Well, that's reality.
Changed the Momo
It
I
changed it.
of the game, and that's when the Packers went up. I believe it was 27-17 at that point
Yep.
in the later in the third quarter. But and ever since then, it just felt different, and the Packers were able to hold on. But the Jaguars did battle in there, though.
They did.
It wasn't horrible. They got a good showing from Tank Bigsby. Bigsby.
Yep.
Is it
Yep.
Bigsby.
Bigsby.
You're right on.
You know, he had a good showing, but
I want to give a big shout out to Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah.
That rookie receiver. He looks like the legit dude out of LSU with all those other big names that were drafted this year. He's leading in reception yards. He's tied
is he
top
really?
4 out of the rookies.
Did not know
yeah,
that.
and I mean it's Bauer out of Oakland who's second,
Bowers, yeah.
and then
He's
you
a
have
beast.
Harrison, and then I'm trying to think who
Neighbors, bro?
Neighbors was the other one, but then he's tied with Harrison with 5 touchdowns already this year. So both of them are tracking at 10 touchdowns, 1,000 yards.
Oh, that's fun for some rookies, man.
For some rookies,
That's
you
fun.
know. So,
That's fun.
and I think he's been flying under the radar a little bit on the national. Everyone's about, Neighbors is big because he's at the Giants, and then you have, Harrison Jr. with all his.
Well, they're the bigger name too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean they were
He still
drafted
got
higher.
he still got taken round 1. You know what I mean? But
True.
You're right. Like when you said his name, I was like, "Who's that again?"
Yeah.
I couldn't quite.
That's why I
remember,
wanted
and
to
now
do a
it's like,
shout out.
oh,
I wanted to get his name out there. So,
Yeah. No,
hey, on
absolutely.
fantasy, he's probably gone. He should be gone, otherwise your league is horrible. But check it. If he's out there, pick him
You
up.
need to grab him. That's from Rob, straight from
Straight.
Rob, right there.
That's a straight pickup.
Yeah.
Right there. Now, before we started, I think it was you telling me that you think Malik Willis could be playing somewhere else next year
Yeah, I could definitely
with what he's
see that.
shown, the little bits he's been able to show
Yeah.
this
Ooh,
year and
interesting.
opportunities. You think he could be playing somewhere else?
I could definitely see that happening. You know,
You have a team in mind just off the top of the
I
dome?
could see a couple of different places. One of them being the Panthers. They're struggling in that department a little bit, and I think he'd be a pretty good fit there.
Interesting. Okay. The
So you're
Panthers.
officially done with Price.
Yeah, I'm not feeling him.
Not feeling him.
No,
He gone.
I think
No Momo.
I think he'll move on to another team too, but maybe not as a starter.
Yeah, in the backup role,
Yep.
kind of like slots into that Geno
He'll.
Smith.
I think he'll be filling in a basically a Malik Willis role of this year.
and then hopefully gets an opportunity to
Exactly.
showcase in
Okay,
a different
okay.
system, maybe in a not as broken system, because it is a scary place over there.
It can be.
Carolina Panthers
it sounds
organization
wonderful.
right now. Trey, any parting thoughts on the Packers? Even if it's hate, it's fine.
I mean, they didn't steamroll him like I had said,
Ah,
but
you didn't
but
steamroll.
but a dub's a dub,
It
unlike
is.
what we got.
All right.
It is.
Well, I wish I didn't ask your opinion.
Hey, you
That's
asked
not what I
opinion.
was expecting.
Well, let's
You
talk about
started off-
L's, about another NFC North
started off
team.
strong.
So let's get to the L's in the NFC North team other than us.
Hey, that's fine.
You know,
That's fine.
We got
a competitive L
competitive
for
L.
the Bears.
Yeah.
We're
All
gonna
right.
save the last play of the game for later in the show.
I'd agree
If
with
that's
that.
okay with you guys.
fine by me.
Fair. All right, that
it'll-
play
it'll-
happened.
It'll be worth.
But moving
talking
on
about.
to actually the game, it was a primetime game. It was a horrible, boring game. Both rookie quarterbacks
against
look
two
like,
nervous Nellies.
look like rookie quarterbacks.
Yep.
What was it, 12-0 at some point, and then the old D Swift
It was 9-0 at half.
or 9-0, and then he out a 56-yard touchdown run, got a little live bin, and then the end of the game happened with that weird or that pass PI that got him down the one and
It
set up the rest of it.
to me, and I know Jaden Daniels threw the ball 38 times, but to me it just felt like, and maybe it's more on the Bears side of things because Washington was. It felt like they were trying to be more aggressive than Chicago was, but it felt like both play calling for both seemed really pedestrian. Like they were really cautious and didn't really want to let them both loose on prime time. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's two defensive
Which is very true.
coaches
Which
right
is
there
very
that
true.
that want to play close to the vest and not turn it
Ground
over.
and pound. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
The Bears had 34 rushing attempts and Washington had 32. That's
That's
a lot.
old school football.
That's a lot,
You know,
yeah.
that's how they got to roll. Plus with Daniels with that hurt ribs, you could notice it a little bit in that game that he had a little discomfort, but
for sure. But he still had his moments where he was slanging that thing.
Oh,
For
yeah.
sure.
He was
Scary Terry had himself a game. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yep.
That's to be expected. Zach Ertz even got in there a little bit this week, but
So would you guys give Daniels the CJ Stroud title right now?
no.
No.
I like Jaden Daniels though.
All right.
I really like what he's doing.
don't
but
think-
I
you don't-
can't do it yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
I'm just gonna say yes, just to be
Atta boy.
contrarian.
Just to be different.
just to be because that's me.
I mean, because that's his trajectory right now.
Wait a
mean-
minute. Did the Texans make the playoffs last year? I swear they did as a wild card team.
Yeah, I thought
They
they,
did.
did.
Yep.
Yep.
So now, don't get me wrong. Washington being 6-2 right now was
Leading
not
their
expected,
division, you
which
know.
was
They got
not
to win
expected.
3 more games to probably be in the playoffs.
Yep.
what's probably going to happen. You bring up a good point.
So I mean,
You
three
just,
more wins.
I just
then
ruined,
he's CJ Stroud.
I ruined
Give
my
him the
own
tag.
point. I ruined my own point.
I say give it to him.
That's
I like
tough.
it.
I just can't yet. I can't yet. Do it the whole season.
Okay,
let's
all
just
right.
see.
All right, move
Let's
on.
just see.
All right.
Let's see.
Is he Patrick Mahomes
I
yet?
don't know.
Transitioning?
No, come on.
Absolutely not.
Not even-
Absolutely not.
Not even close. Not even close. But if you want to transition, we can. The Chiefs getting the dub 27-20 over the Raiders.
Barely.
Barely. It did feel closer than even this score was. For a good chunk of that second half, I believe it was the not 27. I think it was 20-10. Maybe I can't remember, but it was not the score. Maybe it was 2013. I don't know. Whatever. But
It was a divisional
close,
game.
though.
It was like
it was a hard fought game, and it was
Yeah.
closer than what most people thought.
Yeah.
And again, going back
Yeah.
to our conversation before the game, or before our game, that maybe Patrick Mahomes is taking the check down to keep the game interesting on purpose for ratings and blah 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 blah.
Well, it doesn't have any downfield receivers.
That's also true. I mean, he's got D-Hop now.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he had
D-Hop's not
downfield
no more.
Yeah.
He's not downfield no
We had
more.
3 targets, 2 catches.
But having D-Hop on the field now, I think that's going to open up some more Xavier-worthy downfield opportunities.
Hopefully.
And and Kelsey's still doing his thing, you know what I mean? It could create more opportunities for everybody.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
Because you got to account for D-Hop. I mean,
You
it's
do.
a great trade.
He's got a
They
huge
needed
catch.
it.
He's got his catch radius makes him like a tight end.
Yeah.
At this point in his career, he's just a big, little quicker tight end.
No, let's touch on the trade. Did you
you a
like the
fan?
trade?
I did.
He texted me like right away.
You know, I did. I thought it was great.
yeah.
Was there any
What'd you
other
give
in the?
up?
Oh, sorry, I was gonna say, was there anyone else in the rumor mill that you wish they would have gotten instead of D Hop?
There
Other
was.
than Devontae.
I wouldn't have necessarily wanted that though.
Ooh,
What? Why not?
tell me more.
I just don't. I don't think
Tell
that would
me
be a good
why.
fit with Mahomes. Honestly,
Not a good fit. With
I
Mahomes.
think
D-Hop's a better fit.
I think the D Hop is a better fit.
All right, I got you.
The other receiver who was a possibility at that point was Cooper Kupp. That would have been interesting, but that would have put us in a little bit of a bind money wise.
I wonder if Kupp's really on the trade block anymore
No.
now. Not after
There was
after them winning. You know, 'cause
Not
Kupp-
after them winning.
Kupp,
No.
Nakua even.
I think
and
everybody's
Stafford,
off.
everybody was like on the trade block coming into the game against
Yep.
the Vikings.
Were they really though, or is that just?
There was rumors circulating.
There
about
was
all
all
their big
over the
players.
place.
I know, but so many
Other than the
rumors.
running
It's,
back.
you know, it's just
Yeah.
it's so
And
much
it's Rumorville.
stuff. You
It's
know,
Rumorville.
and it's so hard to tell what's real and what's actually a real rumor now.
And when
That's
is
true.
trade deadline? Is that after this week now?
It's
like we
coming
could
up.
see
So,
a
yeah,
couple
I thought it was
moves
the
this
5th.
week.
It is
So the 5th, you're saying?
That's what I thought. but I
That would
could be
make
wrong.
sense after the Monday night.
Tuesday.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's probably
Monday.
probably is
Yep.
election day.
Oh, that's wild.
Also trade deadline.
Vote.
Yeah.
I'll be
anyway,
on NFL Network the whole time, anyways, just waiting for trades.
waiting for trades. Everybody's watching election. You're waiting to see
Yeah.
who the Vikings trade away because we're done. Our season's over. Anyway, wow, that was a
While I'm in Mexico, that's exactly what I will be doing.
perfect. Yeah. But anyway, where were we? We were talking about D-Hop.
Chiefs game.
We're talking about
D-Hop. We're talking
Yeah,
about the
Yeah,
Raiders.
I like that trade.
The Minshew.
I think Gardner Minshew showed enough to carry the Raiders through the rest of the season.
Yep.
Be competitive enough in games. Be in that competitive L category, you know, on a bi-weekly basis.
I mean, they're going to be. Somewhat competitive. I think. They're defensively. They're still pretty good with Max. You know, so they can add that element, and they'll be all right. The divisional games they'll win. They'll have games I think they'll get their butts kicked too.
Can't get their rushing game
You know.
going.
They just can't get behind big early. You know, 2-3 scores, they're done.
Yeah.
So that's just reality. They kept this game close and they stayed in it. So
Yep.
and they probably played a couple times before. So that's how it rolls. So,
Downhill. Anyway, especially for the Raiders.
but the next game's my favorite game of the week.
This next game is your favorite
Yeah.
game of the week?
Yep.
Yeah. Pure insanity. Cardinals getting the win in Miami, 28-27. Another end of the game wild situation.
Yep.
Trey, did you catch the end of this game?
Nah, I just know my short king won.
You're short.
Oh,
king?
that's right. We had that conversation earlier today.
my boy.
The short king. I forgot about
Kyler Killer.
That's
Hey,
him. He is him,
Hey,
dude.
307 for 2
Oh,
touchdowns.
dude, he's balling right now.
He's playing well. That's why
Yeah.
I felt confident taking the Cardinals. Actually, there was one person that took the Dolphins
That
last
was me.
week.
That was me.
Sure was.
Hey,
Which
I mean-
actually surprises me that you were the only one. I figured I'd be the only one taking the Cardinals, to be honest with you.
I mean-
Straight up.
But that game could have went either way towards
Obviously,
the end.
the Dolphins
too, you know, so
pretty much won the game, just like the Bears pretty much won their game too. And then
Right.
whatever.
exactly. But you know,
Football's gonna football.
And then they didn't.
yeah.
And then they did. And then they did. But
I mean, that's what we love about the NFL. Those games at the end that
Yep.
you know you can flip the field real quick.
But
But
I-
50-yard field goal, just like nothing now.
But
Comeback
I love
time.
But I love what Kyler Murray's doing right now. It's starting to look like pre-major injury Kyler Murray again, and his ability to extend the play is Patrick Mahomes-esque. It really
Yep.
is. He's a hard guy to bring down, even though he's, Trey's short king. But he's slippery.
He's
You
slippery.
can't get the guy.
Slippery when wet,
Say
dog.
that.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
Slippery
I'm
when
talking
wet.
about slippery and he's your short king. It's all bad.
Yes.
It's all bad right
Dude,
now.
he's the perfect quarterback. What are you talking about?
But that Trey McBride's turned into the new
I
Kelsey.
love Trey McBride.
Oh, he's just finding, when Kyler's doing his thing, he's finding the spots, and he had over 100 yards.
100 yards, yep.
That's 2 receivers that had over 100 yards.
The game I caught of theirs last year against the Seahawks in Arizona, he caught a couple balls early, and I was like watching him the whole game, and I love the way he runs routes. He's super underrated. Not a guy you usually think of as like a better tight end in the league, but still super young coming up. You got Marvin Harrison, obviously. It's a fun time for Arizona.
That offense, and
They're bouncing back even after losing. What was the receiver they traded away in the offseason? Rondell Moore? No, I'm wrong.
We'll say Larry Fitzgerald.
No, it was no. But anyway,
It was Larry.
It was Larry.
That was
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
totally Larry.
But no, but even after losing a piece like that, their offense is a little bit
Hollywood.
rejuvenated.
They lose Hollywood?
Is that who it was? No, they brought in no.
Because Hollywood was
Oh,
Baltimore, and then he
yeah.
went to the Cardinals, didn't he?
Yep.
That was Hollywood that went there,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
not Marquise.
That is
That is-
Marquise.
Oh, I
That
mean,
is wrong.
not AJ. Sorry.
AJ Green? How
No,
far are we going
Brown,
back here?
stupid. No, all right, we're moving on. We're moving on. Yeah, AJ Green. That's who we're talking about.
Dude, he was a legend.
Yeah, I know.
Don't hate on him.
I know. I like AJ Green. He was a big physical receiver. He was bigger than people thought. Yeah, I don't really have anything to say on the Dolphins. They did enough.
Tua's back. Come on, let's
Tua's
get
back.
the. He played a
Tua's
solid
back.
game.
He did play a solid game. He slid, to which the crowd cheered for. That's kind of bogus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Brother's brain is applesauce, and you're cheering for another injury.
so Trey, let me ask you this because I asked Ben this earlier this season, one of our other guests. Since you're a father, to a situation, the multiple concussions, when at some point do you call it quits? And who are we to say, right? We're not out there playing the game, but
Dude, you only got one brain. You can't take care of it that much. Like, you get a couple of serious concussions, you got to call it quits, dude. Like, it's so not safe for anyone. Like, CTE is very real.
It is
Like,
totally real.
You can't. I don't know, dude. You have one brain. You have one brain. It's not an arm where, hey, I broke it. I can put screws in it. I can fix it. Your brain is your brain. Like, take care of yourself.
Fair.
You have to take care of yourself.
But the doctors cleared him, so I guess
they did.
I
clear
don't
him,
care if they.
But you're
clear him,
talking
dude.
about the long-term
Dude,
effects.
oh,
Later
yeah,
in life
longevity.
is going to be a problem for Tua.
In 6 months from now, he could be. You could see signs of something happening. Like, CTE comes up quick,
I
and
mean, it does.
concussions they're just no joke, dude. Like, they're no joke.
No, I know
And
they're
he's
no
had
joke. Like you
how
said,
many?
one brain.
Yeah.
Hashtag one brain.
Yeah,
Literally.
write it
One
down.
brain.
Hashtag
One
lace
brain.
it up.
But no, I was just curious of your opinion. So you would hang him up at
Oh,
this point
100%,
if you were-
dude,
if
like,
you were into his
if-
situation.
If my kid suffered 2 to 3 concussions, even in her young hockey career, I'm like, hey, maybe we should look at something else. Like, dude, concussions are no
gone.
joke,
No,
man.
for sure.
Like,
No, for sure.
you
No, fair
just-
enough. I was just curious.
yeah, you
I'm just
gotta
curious.
play it safe. Like,
Well,
But he's back,
But he
and that
played
offense.
well.
Yeah, you played
Yeah,
He did play
yeah.
well.
Until he takes one more knee to the
True.
head. And
Well, hopefully
Yeah.
that's not the
He's
case
in a
because he's
wheelchair.
going to be
Well,
sliding.
let's
and
knock
people,
on
people
all this
will be
wood.
Where's all the
people
wood?
will be clapping.
Yeah.
He will be sliding.
No.
So
He'll be slide.
Cardinals escaping with a win in Miami.
All right, here we go.
I was confident.
Do the Dolphins make the playoffs
No,
Nah,
no way.
with Tua back?
no.
No. Okay.
I mean, they'd have to go on a pretty.
they do, but there's
Pretty
enough
wild
left in the
ride.
season, and there's enough room still available in the wild card. I would say in that AFC
I could see it.
that. I mean, I
It's
think at the
gonna
beginning
be
of the year, we were all on the Dolphins train. We wanted
We
to go
were.
surfing with
We
them.
were.
We were
We
talking
were.
about them being maybe the East.
Let's bring it in a little bit and see how they do against the Bills next week. And then they have the Rams after
boom, there you go. Win the Bills.
that. Those are tough. Those
All
are
right.
both tough tests
Taking
right
them. I'm
now.
taking the Dolphins.
After so their last their last 3 games they beat the Patriots 15-10, lost to the Colts 16-10. You know, Tua-less, yeah, I know. And then 28 just lost 28-27 to the Cardinals. I don't know, man. And then got schmacked by the Titans before the Patriots 31-12. Got schmacked by the Seahawks 24-3.
No Tua.
Before that, yeah, I know
There's
it's
no Tua.
Tua-less. I know it's Tua-less.
So like,
But
I don't even. Those
one
apples and
one
oranges
player
in
doesn't
my
get you
book
to the
right there.
playoffs, though, fam.
It's very true.
I'm saying. I think I don't know. It was
I-
a question. It
fair
was a
enough.
question. I
Fair
wasn't
enough.
going to my grave
make
on
me-
this title here, but
I
keep
don't.
me going.
Okay, fine. Let me answer the question. No,
Okay.
I already answered the question, but let me answer it again. No, I don't think so.
All right.
You guys, do you think the Dolphins make the playoffs?
I could see it happening. I think.
Get on
Didn't
the
he say
train.
no
Yeah,
earlier?
No.
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 I
He said
know.
yeah. He's on the Tua train.
I'm on the maybe.
Get
I'm on
back
the
on.
maybe,
Get off
leaning
that
more
Get
towards
on
the
it.
yes.
Okay,
I think it's a possibility.
in a wild card.
In a wild
situation. They're
card
not catching the
situation.
Bills. They're not catching.
Not catching the Bills. No.
Yeah,
Yeah, there are 4 games on them. I didn't have to say they were catching.
I
those.
know. I saw.
Oh, did you? What, on the internet?
I did.
All right, fine.
Where's your internet?
Hard no. They're-
right.
Where's your internet? Nerd.
Nerd. But before we move on to tent talk, I do finally have an update in our Banter with the Boys standings with your lovely hosts, obviously, and then all of our guests.
I'm falling off the edge.
Yeah, you are. So
Making smart picks.
Tyler, our in-house Packer guest, and the guy who kind of helped start this all, OG Banter with the Boys, leading with a 760 win percentage with a 19-6 overall record right now.
God, he's lucky like the Packers.
He's like, I need
Just
to
like the
start
Packers.
Dang it.
betting.
Tyler.
Yes, you do. We then proceed to have 4 people tied at a 600 win percentage. That is yours truly at 24-16. Jake, who is not here, our Ravens fan, at 24-16 as well.
What happened to your Ravens?
That was Jameis. Don't even get me started on Jameis right now, man. That'll be a whole nother segment.
Sorry, buddy. I had to do it.
Ben also at 600 at 18-12. And then our other 600 is a newbie joining us, Trey.
Trey.
Let's go.
At 3-2.
Hey,
That's
we take win percentages.
Shit, it's just
not
very
final
Very
numbers.
serious around here.
What's
It
the
is
win?
a-
What's the win
it's
percentage?
a small window, fam.
What's the win percentage?
All right. Well,
What is it,
we'll see
600?
how next
You're
week.
tied for
600?
second with 4 people. Get it going.
Tied for second.
Yeah.
Tied for second.
hanging banners tonight.
Right.
Regular
So
season
tied for
champ
second.
right here.
What did we have? 4 then. So the next place would be 6th.
Yep.
Good job, math. Matt is at 6th
God, I'm
right
really
now
falling. I
at
don't wanna see how far
571 win percentage at 20-15. And then here comes Rob with a 550, 22-18. Only 2 games back of 600 though, so you're good. You're good.
I'm drafting
You're
right
good.
now. That's
And again,
NASCAR.
another small sample size. Graham went 2-3 because of a Hail Mary. He is at 400 right now.
It's hard being on top.
But-
Just saying. Just saying, Graham.
Well, you're not even. Oh, you're not even.
Tied for second.
second.
And this dude's head is so big it's already exploded
Yeah.
on camera.
We're gonna have to
Unbelievable.
adjust the camera angle to keep his head in this thing picture.
Yeah.
It's floating off over there.
God.
All right, let's take a. I need a drink.
Yeah, we need a breather. With that, let's just head into tent talk, man.
911, what's your emergency?
And to start off our tent talk, first off, have you been holding that football the whole
Dude,
show?
I've been transitioning all day. I do like I'm running up and down the field.
Okay. I
Come
thought
on,
you were
meow.
only going to hold it one segment, but I feel like a few times
I
you've
don't
still
know.
been holding this
It
thing.
just doesn't set.
Oh, now he's got to put it down.
It doesn't set level.
Just like the
that, so-
Vikings, just put the ball down.
Okay,
Put it
whoa,
down.
whoa.
Season
All
over.
right, maybe we should restart this.
Anyway, tent talk. Injuries. That's right. That's what we're doing. First off, we've already talked about him a little bit. Christian Darrisaw, left tackle of the Vikings, second best left tackle in the league, done for the season with a knee injury. Stephon Diggs also done for the season for the Texans with an ACL. Jordan Love, day-to-day with a groin injury. However, he is looking and hoping to play versus the Lions. They got to have him for that game, I
Yep.
would reckon. Although Malik Willis did not look that bad.
Oh, you're on the train?
On the Malik Willis train, it's not bad.
Okay.
It wasn't bad.
That's
This was a
alright.
better showing than his first showing, which was only like 2 Hail Mary passes
True.
and the game was over. But anyway, Drake May, concussion. Who knows? Who knows for the concussions now with the concussion protocol? It could be next week. It could be 5 weeks from now. It could be the end of the season.
He
Be
could
the Tua
retire.
treatment.
He could retire.
He could retire. He could retire.
Yeah, but that's number one.
It is number one.
True.
So if we're
Trey,
on
Trey was saying number two.
oh,
Yeah, but one is bad.
But
One is really bad.
but if we're gonna use the Tua chart, then he's got a lot to go.
Yeah, he's got plenty of room to catch
He's
up.
fine.
Keep
Carry
knocking him
the
around. It's
one,
fine.
Judge's ruling. Yep, it does.
Divide by.
No, keep moving.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sure. I start doing math and it's a problem.
Yeah.
All right.
We've
Sure.
seen it
sure.
before, so.
Yeah. I know. Moving right along. In the news portion of our tent talk, Vikings trade for offensive tackle Cam Robinson from the Jaguars
We needed it.
for a what did you say, Trey? Conditional fifth.
I want to say conditional fifth, and then they
Conditional
sent back a seventh
fifth.
as well, or something along those
That was
lines.
obviously to make up a little bit of the beef lost from Darrisaw's season-ending injury. Deontay Johnson, receiver for the Panthers, going to the Ravens. I think that was also like a 6th rounder or something pretty small. We've already touched on a little bit. DeAndre Hopkins to the Chiefs, also for just a little pick,
Just pennies.
just a little guy.
Just pennies.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a little pick. I forgot to look up how to say this fella's last name. Josh
Uchi.
Uchi. Okay, Trey said it. Trey Uchi. Uchi, sorry.
For your Norwegians, Uker.
Outside linebacker for the Chiefs, pass rusher. Went over there for a 6th rounder. So, just a little bit more
like that,
ammunition on the
Kevin.
defensive side. I also like that, Kev. You guys have no idea what we're talking about. He might have a remote for all you guys know. Anyway,
Got a
he does not.
teleprompter.
He does not. I'm making Graham red. Anthony Richardson to be
Nice.
benched in favor for Joe Flacco against the Vikings. That actually concerns me. That actually concerns me a little bit. So, first off, before we talk about this, we have a screen down here now that kind of shows us. It shows us the timer, things like that. It's almost a teleprompter at this point. Kevin has now realized that he can now talk to us through it in the middle of the show, and
Yeah.
some obscene things are now popping up, and we have to move on and continue to run this podcast. With,
not
with
part
that
of the news.
With that popping up in our face with a straight face. So there it is again. Boom.
We're
right in our face.
professionals.
So-
We're professionals.
It's his first time.
You just
kid.
keep rolling.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
got
he
his
hasn't
first
seen this
professionals.
before.
Anyway.
Come on, get on the train.
With that, the last bit of news that I just shared, let me read it again because we're off base now. AR to be benched in favor of Joe Flacco against the Vikings this weekend, which got flexed to Sunday Night Football, by the way. Tis a big deal. Should AR be benched? Is that really is that really where the Colts should be at right now with old Anthony Richardson?
Are they benching him because of injury concerns, or are they benching him because they're not
I
liking
think
his
playing
play?
Performance.
concerns, performance concerns.
Performance.
Coming out of Florida, touted as a big, Lamar Jackson-esque player, Jaden Daniels-esque player. He's not quite living up to that hype yet.
I mean, as a Vikings fan, or I'll put my defensive coordinator hat on. I'd rather play against Joe Flacco, I guess.
It's not a different hat; it's the same hat.
It is too, but metaphorically.
Okay, fair enough.
Full time,
on. Sorry, just
full time
to make
DC
sure.
over here.
So without getting distracted by, but because I think he's a stationary piece, and I think that's where the Vikings can confuse him in that style of defense with Anthony Richardson of availability to get to the edge. I mean, that's always a scary option to play against on defensively. So
For sure. I'm scared of Joe Flacco's brain, I guess, in a way, and his ability. We've seen Jared Goff, who's, again, so Graham and I were talking a little bit before you guys showed up, too, about how, people say a quarterback being called a game manager is a bad thing.
No,
it's
it's
kind of
not,
a negative
for
thing.
sure.
I don't think so. And I think Jared Goff is doing it at an elite level right now, followed by a guy who's done it at an elite level, Matt Stafford, that we've played. And now
you
following
give him game manager?
Matt Stafford?
Yeah.
Absolutely. In his early years, absolutely.
I'd
Detroit
also-
Lions, Matt Stafford.
I thought he's a gunslinger.
I'd
Nah,
also
man.
agree with you.
I mean, gunslinger, I guess, but he
How
was.
many interceptions he had?
Yeah,
All right, fine.
look how
Later
bad.
years.
Yeah,
I'll
but
give
look,
you that.
All right,
but look
You're
how
right.
bad.
You're right. His early years, he was just slanging
Game
that thing.
manager.
But okay, now then.
But how
Now
bad were
then,
those
looking
teams?
at him, he's definitely more of that game management type. Joe Flacco, for me, is the same thing.
Okay.
So, and the Vikings have obviously having an issue with that. So it's a concern for me over AR playing for the Colts. Don't get me
Good
wrong.
luck. Good luck.
AR is a concern too.
B-Flow's bringing
agree.
it.
That he has to.
Yeah,
But they have
so-
to hit home this week for it to be successful. But
All right.
anyway,
I don't know. Joe Flacco in November is scary.
he is.
Oh,
He had a great- he
we're
had a
not
great
bringing
season
back
last
the
year.
time machine.
Fair enough.
Doesn't work anymore.
With that, let's head into Bonehead Move of the Week.
Genius.
And with Bonehead Move of the Week, these guys, man, I can't deal.
You can't. You don't even bleed purple, dog. If you're not throwing the horns
Yeah.
up,
Double horns up.
dude. Double horns up.
Double horns.
Get it.
Double horns. Not even bleeding purple. Bonehead Move of the Week.
It's blue now.
I'm sure you guys know where this could possibly be going. We had a game that was played. Good one. Bears playing the
The Bears.
Commanders.
The
That
Bears.
last play of the
Against
game.
the
We told you
Redskins.
we were going to bring it up again. We are. The defense as a whole, let me just tell you, the defense as a whole is the bonehead here. But. What was
One
his-
guy.
What, go ahead. What's his name? Okay, lay it on.
Tyreek Stevenson.
Okay, what was Tyreek doing before the ball snap and as the ball was snapped?
Doing a whole lot of this.
Doing a whole lot of this. For
Lot of-
those that
a lot of showboat.
for
With,
those-
with his back turned.
for
With his
tho-
back turn.
for those that are listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, bless your heart, by the way, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
That's where I listen to it.
The real
but,
heroes.
But if you check us out on YouTube, you're just seeing Trey pumping up the crowd, getting them going back to the line of scrimmage. Kev is actually playing the video right now for us. He's literally in the end zone. Boom, play snapped. He's got to get over, gets to the middle of the field. He ends up being the one to actually tip the ball as well. Yes, by yards there. Yes, their other safety, Elijah something, was playing in
Yeah.
place of Brisker, who was out. But
Got hurt. Yep.
just unbelievable. What's your take on the play, Graham?
You know,
Bonehead move of the week?
Bonehead.
definitely bonehead move of the week. In that type of situation, you want to see the ball slap down.
Yeah.
Usually-
anywhere but up. right?
Anywhere but up.
anywhere but tip the ball up.
He tipped the ball up after
Sure
not
did.
really being fully engaged, and definitely called himself out.
Yeah, he did, and he called himself out after the game
Yeah.
too. Posted all over social media and said something along the lines like, "I'll be better, or we will be better." Blah blah blah. You know, we
You
have
need
to,
to
right?
focus. Blah blah
But-
blah.
Just wild. Trey,
Just-
what's your take on the
Just
play?
a cotton-headed ninny muggins, that guy.
Oh yeah,
I said
there.
it.
Oh.
I said it.
Yeah, you
You
did.
did.
Yeah, you did.
Is that from
Bro,
Elf?
That is
Sure
Elf.
is.
That is definitely Elf.
Yep, came from Elf.
Um,
If you like Will Ferrell, that's probably one of your favorite Christmas movies. If you do not like Will Ferrell, you probably hate that movie as a holiday movie.
It still might be a favorite. I love
You
Elf.
think so? Wait a minute. So are you saying you don't like Will Ferrell then?
He's not my favorite,
That's fair.
but he's all right.
He's all right.
All right.
He's
But-
good enough.
He's
Good enough to use
fair
his
enough.
lines,
He's good enough.
obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously. Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I'm cotton-headed ninny muggins.
There you go.
Well, now he called himself one, so
Yeah.
we're good.
Takes one to know one.
So,
So I,
But
I
yeah, you do.
no,
you
no,
do
no.
you.
I know. I mean, I had an interesting take on this. So
Now he has your permission.
after the kickoff, on the play before the Hail Mary, they brought everyone back, and then they ran like a 15-yard out. I don't know if everyone else saw that. and which then gave them the opportunity to actually make the throw
The Hail Mary throw?
for the Hail Mary.
That's what I mean. Defense as a whole.
True, on the aspect
come
of it,
on,
but on that play of him on the end of Stevenson doing, talking smack to the crowd there. But the play before, it's almost a coaching error of not bringing up the cornerbacks and giving them a free 15 yards. So that was another bonehead of the moment of it was
You wanted the
like
corners to
continuous.
press them a little more.
Well, they
in the
can't
play
give them
before?
on the play before the Hail Mary, you can't give them a free 15.
For sure. No, I hear you.
So I mean,
agree.
that changed the play. That gave them the opportunity to even throw the Hail Mary.
Right.
And then on the Hail Mary, if you watch the replay, go back and check it. They have a back guy that's set up. So this is designed, and then they had a McLaren on the front side. So they're set up. They have a guy that goes up and does the tipping, and then you have a guy on the front side to catch it if it comes this way, and then the back side. Both guys are right in the same spot.
Yeah, but it was
Boom.
perfect. Yeah, they
It was
played
set
it
up. It was like a
Washington
play.
Played it perfectly.
It was good.
Yeah, 100%. But
A couple holds maybe before you actually threw the
yeah.
ball, but we won't
there's
get
plenty
into
of
that.
game to be played before that.
yeah,
But
so-
no. With that, Bonehead Move of the Week belongs to the Bears defense, but Tyreek Stevenson, bear down.
Congratulations.
Bear down.
Number one in my heart.
Bear down.
You're the wiener.
Let's get out of here, Kev. And to start off our Week 9 preview and picks, actually, since you guys get the luxury, since our other guys aren't here, and those of them that have given us their picks already, we'll read them off. So if you need to steal any ideas,
Okay, let's get them.
they're there for the taking. So Tyler, our leader with that 760 win percentage and 19-6 record, is going with the Vikings
And the
to-
Lions.
to beat the Colts. He is going with the Packers to
No.
beat the Lions. Yeah, not him. Not possibly him.
They're a wagon. Get
He's
out of here.
He's having the Ravens beat the Broncos.
He's on the Willis train.
He's
Yeah,
having
seriously.
the Chiefs beat the Bucks.
Like, what you talking about, Willis?
And he's having the Bears beat the Cardinals.
Okay.
So those of you that don't know, we will once again introduce these games when we do the picks up here for those of us that are here. But our games are Colts at Vikings, Lions at Packers, game of the week for Banter with the Boys. Broncos at Ravens, Bucks at Chiefs, and Bears at Cardinals. That being said, we also have picks from Ben. Ben is sitting right now in that four-way tied for second with Trey.
Good job, Ben.
At 600. Well, he's tied with Trey, so he's going with the Vikings to beat the Colts.
For second place.
He's saying
Just saying.
Packers, but it will be a shootout. That is a Packer fan that is a little bit nervous
He's
about
so
playing
wrong.
the Lions
He's
this
I like it.
wrong.
In the 30s?
I don't know. He didn't say, but he says
mean, that's
he's,
shootout level.
he says it's
30's
a
a
shootout.
shootout
He
level.
says it's a shootout.
28-27 is not a shootout.
He's taking the Ravens over the Broncos. He's taking the Chiefs to stay perfect over the Bucks. And Ben says the Bears will win and beat the Cardinals because the new Call of Duty is out. So he is calling out your short king, Trey,
I
For playing Call of Duty.
for playing Call of Duty.
it.
He's calling him out.
No more tape.
We also have picks from Matt. Matt is sitting at 571 win percentage, right below everybody else with his 20-15 record. Matt's taking the Vikings to beat the Colts. No surprise there. Skull to the bull.
Yep.
He's taking the Lions to beat the Packers. There's our first Lions over the Packers pick, even though the first two are Packers fans. So whatever. He's taking the Ravens to beat the Broncos. He's taking the Chiefs to also stay undefeated. He is going to be taking the Cardinals to beat the Bears in Arizona.
We had a couple back and forth on that list so far.
A little bit. I know that the Broncos at Ravens, the Bucks at Chiefs games seem like easy picks, but now's the time of the season where you start seeing games that are easy picks. Start seeing them flip a little bit, go the other way. That's how
Yeah.
people lose money in Vegas.
Exactly.
Is this time of season. So here we are.
And it's injuries. It's injuries too. It's like you got to start you got to look into it now to see you're just thinking on face oh yeah, they have it. That's that team and they got all their studs. And then you look at them no, they're missing half of them.
Yeah, exactly. No, for sure. So let's start. Kev, are you ready for us to start the first game here, fam? All right. Yes, sir. The Colts at the Vikings. Flexed to Sunday Night Football, mind you. Flexed to Sunday Night Football. Trey, you're our guest Vikings fan this week. Do the Vikings win at home against the Colts?
Skull to the bowl, baby.
That a boy.
Let's go.
Skull to the
Yeah,
bowl.
boy.
Trey
They're taking
going
a
with
dub.
the Vikings, of course. Skull to the bowl.
Like you had said, though, I do have some worries if Flacco is not in net. That's not the right sport. If Flacco is
in
starting,
the net, he's ready for hockey.
I'm so
I
ready
like
for
it.
hockey.
I got it.
Little scary of Joey Flackie, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he's proven that he's got that time machine and he turns it on time and time again. So
Okay, fair enough.
Bad vibes.
fair
I've
enough.
always liked Flacco.
Okay, fair enough. Always liked Flacco.
I'm on the Flacco train.
Who did he win the Super Bowl with?
It was the Ravens.
I'm just
There. Hey.
Hey, told you.
when the lights turned off.
Loose football
You
fan.
got it.
When the lights turned off in the Superdome and it was scripted that the Ravens. I'm just kidding. Here we go. Wouldn't you guys like that episode of Banter with the Boys? Maybe this winter. Anyway, Graham, Vikings taking on the Colts at home.
Vikings.
Here he had that look in his eyes.
He
that was
did.
gonna say
He
Colts.
did.
I thought he was gonna be a
But
real,
he's going with the Vikings.
real dirty dog over there
Vikings
and say
at
something
home
else.
against the Colts.
It's a home game. It's a home game.
It's tough to play in the bank.
Yes, it is.
It's tough to play in the bank.
Especially when it's closed on Sundays.
Right. Ah.
The bank is closed on Sundays.
Dude, you walked.
Take
right
it
into
away,
that.
Rob. I don't even want to introduce you.
Oh, that's all right. I got Vikes on this one.
That was a good one.
You know, it's still a tough. It's going to be a tough competitive game. They got decent offensive line. Jonathan Taylor still top 10, top 5 running
He's a
back.
problem.
You know, he's a problem, which sets up Joey with the old play action. Pittman, Alex Pierce. Who I'm trying to think of the other receiver. Downs. I don't know.
Josh Downs.
Um,
He's down there.
he's
What a great name.
Josh Downs.
What
You
a
like
great
that?
name. I
Josh
love that.
Downs getting
Great
first downs.
I love it.
Oh, there it is. It's probably not
fun.
the first time he's ever heard that. So, but I think the Vikes will pull it out. I think the crowd noise will get it to it. Joe Flacco being a statue. They'll get him off his spot.
Joey
and
Flax.
We're taking dubs.
Joey Flax.
Joey Flax.
That's what it is now.
Joey Flax.
What about you,
Taking
Mr.
it up.
Smeltz? What are you thinking about the Vikings' chances of winning?
Vikings all day. Opportunity for Sam Darnold to get back to that MVP level of play. Looking to see. Do we know if TJ Hawkinson's back for sure this week? I'd reckon he would be. He's been a possibility.
He's off the list.
Last
Since
2 weeks,
coming
yeah.
out of
You
the
know.
bye week, so I would like to see him back. But even if he's not, I think the Vikings take this. I think their defense gets back at it, get after Joe Flacco. It again, my concern is there with the game management of Joe Flacco in the last 2 weeks. We've played quarterbacks that are similar in style, and it does concern me a little bit.
Yeah.
But,
So no blowout.
nope, nah, I don't think so. No blowout. This is
45 to
This
10.
isn't the Texans game.
Calling it right now.
this ain't.
45.
But moving right along, Lions at Packers, game of the week for us here at Banter with the Boys. Again, our two Packer fans on our rankings here decided to go with the Packers to no surprise, and Matt going with the Lions. Knowing that information, Graham,
Lions
Lions
all day.
at Packers, Lions all day.
Always
Doesn't even want to.
committed.
Doesn't even. Yeah.
Not
very
even messing
committed.
around.
Not even
Why-
a pause there.
Why are you so committed on the Lions over the Packers this week?
They are on a roll.
Lions are on a roll.
Lions are on a roll.
Never losing a game in the rest of the year until the NFC Championship against the Vikings.
Yes.
Let's go with that.
There's
yeah.
a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, that's a
that I
lot
don't think
that-
we have time for.
We don't need to, but
I think the Lions are on a good roll right now.
All right,
I think
they're on a
gonna-
good roll.
I
They
think
are
they're
hot.
gonna
They're
keep
gonna get
going.
it. They're gonna get it.
probably
All
the
right.
hottest team in the NFL.
Probably so. I mean, Chiefs.
Other than the Chiefs.
I mean, it's hard to
Mainly
argue against
just
the Chiefs
because
being
they're undefeated.
Yeah.
Right.
But as
So-
far as putting up scores and games, definitely the
Non-undefeated
Lions.
teams, especially with the Ravens losing, you would think it would be.
It'd be interesting with Vegas, with the Chiefs at the Lions right now, what the spread would be.
Chiefs at the Lions.
I mean, it's got to be a
Just-
pick 'em almost.
It would just be 3.
You give
for
them the home
Lions. Yeah,
3.
it's a pick 'em. Yeah. I would, but
So either way, but I just,
Yeah.
Lions at Packers. Go.
Dude, they're a wagon. They're a wagon. The
Wagon.
Lions are rolling, dog. They're
waiting for that.
rolling. They're
Waiting
a
for that.
wagon.
Lions all day against the Packers for Trey.
It's not even a question.
I will go first for this one. This one's tough for me.
No,
I
it's
know
not.
It
is
is.
tough.
It is
No, it's
tough.
not.
I think
No,
this
it's
one's
not.
tough.
Don't lie to yourself.
I think if Jordan Love can go, this is a tough game. This will still be a test for that Lions defense. Josh Jacobs looked great a couple times last weekend when
25 carries.
when he's moving his legs.
Yeah.
Man, he's a tough guy to bring down. But that's tough. I think I gotta go Lions too. I think it's just too tough of a match, but I think this one's close though. This is seriously a toss up for
Are
me.
we fully committed that Jordan Love's playing?
No,
No.
nope.
I
He's
like-
day to day with a groin, and a groin injury would be tough. I mean, that's
And is he even fully healthy from the last
I don't
injury?
think so.
You
I
know,
don't think
so
so.
like,
I think he's been playing injured since he came back.
so I mean, I kind of tipping my hat here to which direction I'm going. I'm going Lions, just because I don't think Willis. If Willis plays, I definitely am going Lions. But Jordan Love with the growing, even if I'm gonna go Lions either way.
Lions either way. Lions either way.
They're playing well. Even they lost a hutch. They've found a way. The team's kind of rallied around defensively. I mean, they've been playing still lights out, and then they keep running the ball. And then Jared Goff just
Jared Golf.
shooting golf.
Jared
Goff.
Goff.
He's just just throwing dimes. He's everything's like 80-70% completion percentage, and then the yak after the play.
Yak.
That most of the receivers between Brown and Laporta, yeah, they're looking good.
Gotta love the yak.
Certified
You
wagon.
do. So
Wait, what did you say?
Said certified wagon.
certified
I
wagon.
can't deal.
Get on it, get off of it.
I can't deal. Anyway, moving right along.
Let's do it.
Broncos at the Ravens.
Interesting.
This whole slate so far has chosen the Ravens against this 5-win Broncos team. That is
5-3.
they are 5-3. The Broncos are 5-3.
Surprisingly,
A little bit surprisingly, they're starting to
a
get
little schedule favors, I would say too.
Well, they're starting to get it together a little bit. I mean, they haven't played anybody
Ooh,
too crazy.
You're hopping on the train.
I'm
Or
not. I'm
on
not.
the horse, the proverbial Bronco.
The
What, you and OJ getting on the old team together? What?
Bronco country, let's ride.
That's right.
I'm going with the Broncos, which I will probably be the only one, and that's okay. The Ravens are coming off a tough loss,
Tough L.
a real tough loss, competitive
Competitive
L. Hashtag competitive L.
We're still rolling. With
I
that.
think they're gonna feel a little weird coming into this week. Probably like they're supposed to win this game. Like I
Okay.
feel like we all also believe that they are supposed to win this game at home in front of their own crowd. I tend to pick the home team.
You
9.9 times out of 10. I just have a feeling here that it's the Broncos are feeling themselves a little bit.
Well, either you're
Raven-
on something or you're on to something.
I'll-
I can't figure it out here. But, I mean, I'm going Ravens all day long here
Fair
in this
enough.
game.
I'm taking a chance to
I am
climb up
not
the
on
leaderboard
the Bo
with
Nix
this
fan.
game.
I mean, their defense is okay. But yeah, I'm going Ravens. I think they just. I don't know what that last week game, if it was a fluke game or like when they went to the Raiders earlier this year. Sometimes they just play down to their competition level and you get stuck
Who
in
are
a
you
game.
talking about?
The Ravens.
The Raven.
So,
And they're gonna play down to the Broncos level this week and end
Yeah,
up
but I don't
taking a stupid L that they shouldn't take.
yeah, but I think they played down last week, and it's hard to play down twice in a row. You play down after multiple wins is usually when you get that scenario.
Well, they're gonna have multiple L's after next week.
So, well, you can put your money where your mouth is.
You're
then.
so
Now,
wrong.
if the Broncos
are
get
not right.
blown out 35-0, I'm gonna feel pretty bad next
Okay,
week.
call me.
So, oh yeah, you won't be here, so I'm good.
Boom.
Fine. None of you guys will be here next week, so nobody's gonna hold me to that. It'll be
No,
fine.
I'm calling
We're
you from a
golden.
beach.
We're fine. We're fine. Trey, who you got? Broncos at Ravens.
Broncos don't got a chance. I'm going Ravens all day, especially
Broncos
at home.
all day. Trey said.
What? No, that's not what I said.
Oh, okay. Ravens all day. Trace.
Yeah, Ravens are taking it. Like you said, they played down a little bit. I don't think they're gonna let that slide, and they're too competitive. They're a good team.
I'll make sure I call you in the Broncos.
You can call me
Since you're gonna
buddy.
call
I
me.
mean, this
when the
guy's
Ravens-
tied for second place. I'm listening to everything he's saying right now.
That's right. I forgot.
It's
I forgot
so-
he's in a 4-way tie for second
It's
place.
so
right
hard
now
being on
in
top
this
right
young
now.
season.
It is,
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
so hard. Yeah,
I'm on the trade
it's
train.
hard to look at him from that tall. Look down on him from that.
There's
high.
not many times where I can say I'm on top because I'm not that tall.
So you're gonna ride this.
But I'm riding this
so why
so
don't-
hard.
So let's ride Bronco Country then.
Nah,
That's
dude,
right.
no.
All right.
Get off
Oh,
your
yeah.
proverbial high horse.
Fine,
There it
fine.
is. Okay.
Graham. I already know where this is going, but Broncos at Ravens.
Ravens.
Why?
You know,
Because it's not the Broncos.
because
They're
it's
a
not
wagon.
the Broncos. They got Lamar instead of Bo Nix.
That should be enough for most
So is
people.
that a divisional? Is that a divisional thing for you as like a Vikings fan? Just Packers, Bears, Lions lose every week. Be happy. Is that for you like that as a Chiefs fan?
Not necessarily.
All right,
They're only 2 games back right now if you're undefeated Chiefs.
true.
That's true.
And
This
when
is true.
when the Chiefs lose to the Bucks this week,
Ooh,
With no
That-
receivers.
I'm
Nope.
so taking that. I'm doing it.
All right.
You're
Well,
just like,
hey,
okay,
don't
well-
let the cat out the bag.
You know what- you
yet.
know what,
We got
Trey?
fans that are
You know-
waiting for this
So-
moment.
because everybody forgot, Bucks at Chiefs this week. Trey,
Bucks all day, baby.
There it is.
why?
I don't know. I feel like you can't ride a perfect season, and if there's a team you're going to collapse to, I feel like it's going
Might
to
as
be
well be
it's
at
going to be
Arrowhead.
it's going to be Baker.
a
Ba-
home
Baker's
home
gonna pull it
game.
out.
A home L. I
against
like
the
it.
Buccaneers.
Dude, home L. Just watch, read it
Yeah.
and weep.
Read it and wait.
Who's
the
in second
opposite.
place? Who?
I'm tied
'Cause
with
it's
you,
not
buddy.
you.
I'm tied with you, buddy.
It's
Yes,
not
I
you,
am.
Graham. It's
Oh,
certainly
It's
not you,
me.
Rob.
No, it's not me.
What do you think there, Smeltzy? What are you going with this? I know you're a huge Bucks fan, so this
I'm
is
not.
really close to your heart.
I'm not actually.
What? At the beginning of the year, you're like Bucks are winning the division.
I still think they're going
you
to win.
still,
the
but you
division.
just they're not going to do it tonight. You think that the script writers of the NFL have gotten your Buccaneers on the L on this game, huh?
Well,
He's thinking about it.
Mike
which
Evans,
know
means-
he
is,
is.
Mike Evans is out. Chris Godwin's
Gone for the year.
gone. Cameron Johnson, I don't even know. Who are they going to throw to? That's my only problem. As much as I really want to go Bucks here
Go
and
Bucks.
take 2 crazy chances this week, my crazy chance was the last game, Broncos over the Ravens. And I feel like something crazy is going to happen this week.
Okay.
And I'm going to take that as my crazy game over this one. I do think the Chiefs are just too much to overcome at home. It's just a crazy atmosphere there. I'd love to see a game there. We should banter with the boys down to Kansas City for
True.
a game. That'd be fun.
really not
But
that
way
far.
up in the cheap seats because, it's only 6.5 hours from
It's really not that
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Good.
I was down
So
there this spring.
sponsors, if you're
Yeah.
bored, we'll come over. We'll do a live broadcast from the game for you.
Yeah, banter with the boys. We'll bring Graham. He's a Chiefs fan.
There it is.
But, and since
I'm
Trey's here, we'll
literally
bring
in
Trey.
second place.
I thought you were going with
He's
the Make a
really,
Wish
that's
Foundation.
all he's
kid.
got right now. He's really, oh my God. I'm coming with banner with the boys. Yeah, okay. Oh my God. So yeah, I went Chiefs. Rob, where are you going with this?
Oh, I'm going Chiefs for
Bucks.
sure.
Chiefs, okay.
The
heard
Bucks,
Bucks.
they just their offensive power. They I mean they were competitive with Atlanta last week. So, but that's a divisional
Well, yeah,
game.
because they're gonna win the division.
And the Bucks defense is pretty solid. So if they can limit, I could think this game's gonna be a lot. It's gonna come down.
It could be interesting.
It could be a really interesting game, just because the Chiefs just have not blown out anybody yet, and they have no downfield threats to really. I don't know. They don't seem as explosive as
They're
been
not
in the past.
explosive right now. The
You
Chiefs
know?
are not explosive right now.
And so then
They will not go undefeated this year.
and their defense is, their defense has been keeping kind of in some games lately too. So this should be an interesting game. I could see this being on one of those games where it comes down to the end and the Bucks squeeze it out. But I'm still gonna go Chiefs if I had to pick it.
You know who the Chiefs play after the Buccaneers?
No, tell me more.
The Broncos. Let's ride.
Riding this horse.
Chiefs. I mean Graham. Dang it, I just called them Chiefs.
Well, you already know my answer.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
even
Bu-
think
it's
you
Bucks.
need to explain us.
Don't need to explain that one.
Okay,
It's
Xavier
Bucks.
Worthy going off big. It's going to be a big game.
I love Xavier Worthy.
I know
So you
have-
think of blowing out, or what are you worried about on the Bucks coming after you defensively,
I think it's gonna be a really close game, and I think they're gonna come after us more offensively than defensively.
okay? So it's going to be a grinded out style of game. That
I think around halftime, the Chiefs will be up a little bit, but I think after halftime it's just gonna be pretty
locked
close.
down.
go in the locker room, get some oranges, get some vitamin C.
Apples and
Yeah.
oranges.
Eats an orange hole like that.
You didn't play high school football.
Well,
You eat the slices.
I know, but you cut
what
over
if,
the
what if
slice.
they're not sliced? How if you just had a half of orange? How would you eat a half orange? I'm just curious.
I peel
You're
it
eating the
apart,
peel?
dog.
You
Yeah, I
peel it out
peel
the
it.
peel?
Yeah,
No.
it's
You,
gotta
you
peel.
take the time.
No.
Yeah, why would I not? It's
No,
an
you cut it in
orange.
quarters. You cut them in quarters, not halves.
Well, yeah, but you're
You
showing
palmed
as if
it
it's
like
a
it was
half.
an
No,
apple.
I
Yeah,
meant-
you were like, yeah,
I,
you bit
I
like
meant
an
it
apple.
as a quarter. You know,
Oh,
like
okay.
you would,
Okay.
like it's almost like a mouth guard. You can put it in there.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm really
Yep.
glad we
Come
spent
on.
a minute on that for our viewers to listen to.
For you
how
high
we
school
eat
football
oranges.
players would know that at halftime, oranges is a popular.
He didn't play football.
I didn't play football
Well,
at all.
now
dog.
I'm informing him.
Oh,
I'm letting him know.
okay.
You weren't in the in crowd.
Anyway, moving on to the last game of the week. This has been the longest preview and picks we've ever done in the history of Banter with the Boys.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Woo. Bears at the Arizona Cardinals in Phoenix. Cardinals coming off that dub against the Dolphins.
That's a fun little factoid.
Yeah. So Kev just pulled it up, and actually I did see a story on this.
I saw it too.
That NFL players have eaten at least 80,000 of the Uncrustables this year. Or in a year.
I don't like Uncrustables.
That's crazy.
You
What?
don't?
When
For shame.
my very first day.
What do you love, crust?
No.
Yeah,
I only eat Crustables.
You eat the Crustables? Only?
No, my first day at kindergarten, I bit into an Uncrustable and I lost my first tooth. And
Was
I'm-
it frozen?
Yeah,
That's
dude.
why.
Yeah, but
Oh.
still,
You gotta
you
let
can't-
them thaw a
can't
little
go
bit. That's the
serving-
way to eat them, though.
Dude, I was
I
a
don't know.
kindergartner. I didn't know any better. You can't serve frozen lunch food at school. That's not cool.
You're just.
How old were you?
I was 6. I was in kindergarten.
Okay, all right, I'll give it.
That's
to
what
you.
I'm saying,
I'll give
dog.
kindergarten Trey the benefit of the doubt.
He's
the
still
doubt
scared.
that he bit into a
I
frozen
lost a tooth. You know how
PBJ and didn't know
I have PTSD to this day.
it. You can't eat Uncrustable to this day.
Nah, dude, I can't. I don't like Uncrustables.
So do you eat peanut butter and jelly then?
Nah, dude, I don't like peanut butter.
Oh, okay. Are you looking?
No,
We're going
I
off
just-
track.
Yeah.
We got one game left, guys.
Let's get
So
in.
What are we doing?
This is why it's the longest one.
Why is anybody even listening? to this?
Uncrustables.
Bears at Cardinals. Rob, you're gonna go ahead and take this one.
Oh,
here, buddy.
I'm going Cardinals. I'm
going Cardinals.
The vibe's nice on them right now. I'm a big vibe guy, and
Oh yeah.
Ride the vibes.
they're healthy.
Shocking.
The Bears, they're just not looking competitively good.
They're decent, but
They're decent. And their defense will keep them in most games, but I don't think they're.
decent enough.
Kyler is just a whole different animal. You know,
king.
trying to come up with a game plan.
My
to
short king.
Yeah.
My bad.
So
Get it right.
I'm just going Cards.
Cards going
At
cards
home.
for Rob at home against the Bears. By the way, the only other people that take the Bears at the moment are Ben and Tyler. Mind you,
Which is weird
Tyler
because
is
they're
leading.
Packers fans, and then why would you go with the
Yeah,
Bears?
their
that's
number
weird.
one rival, and
I
they're
know,
picking them to
so.
win. But hey, they're winning for a reason.
They're picking.
Ben's tied for second with Trey, and as we've come to find out in the past 20 minutes, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a really high hill.
That's really
This is
high.
awesome.
It's crazy. But Tyler's also winning. But anyway, Trey, Bears at Cardinals.
I'm going Cardinals as well. It's my short king.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't think. I don't know. I like the Cardinals over the Bears. Like
Like the Cardinals.
I just think they're a little bit more complete with the way they've been playing. Yes.
They have been hot lately.
incomplete.
Incomplete.
confident in cards.
Again a division that right now anything can happen.
It's
in
a toss-up.
in that division.
Yeah.
Bears at Cardinals. Wait. Yep. Bears at Cardinals.
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 Why are you going Cardinals? Other than Trey's short king.
That's my short king.
I just have more confidence in Kyler.
Okay.
I have a lot more confidence in Kyler than Caleb.
Fair enough. I think,
He's been very hit or miss.
yeah, and this is why I'm going Cardinals too. So we are at least split a little bit on this one, but this week is kind of wild. We're all on the same page. Maybe we got to start picking those tougher games next week, but 2-6 teams versus other 1-7
I mean,
teams. but
this is a tough game.
it is a tough game. I am also still going Cardinals as well. I think they're starting to catch a little bit of a stride. Kyler's getting that mojo going with his targets, whether that's McBride or Harrison.
They've got the
You know,
Momo.
They got
The
the
Momo.
Momo.
Momo's back in
if you
Arizona.
will. The Momo is back in Arizona. Whoa. Okay, so real quick before we close this thing out, where are they in the
Standings.
standings?
So they're like 4-4 across the board, other than the Rams.
They're leading the division right now. They're tied for the lead of the division with San Francisco and Seattle at 4-4, and the Rams are at 3-4.
Pretty much what
So
I just said.
outside of the NFC North,
Exactly
they
what
are.
I just
was just
said.
confirming. Jeez. So outside of the NFC North, probably the toughest division at the moment.
like competitively wise,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, tough. None of those games are a given at the moment.
I think the cream will come to the top. I think San Francisco,
San Fran will rise.
It'll rise, and then Seattle. They're the interesting team. Right? Which way are they going to go? Because they started off, they were 4-0,
They're another team like the
and now
Rams
they're
for
what,
me.
4-4? If they've lost 4 in a row,
That sounds right. I view them the same as the Rams. They've been in battle tested games. They've played tough games. They've not lost 4 in a row. They
well,
lost
the Rams with
3, 1-1,
Puka and Kupp. I mean, and then you got Williams running the ball.
Right.
They're looking tough.
and the Seahawks with a bad showing against the Bills last week.
So that's where I think Seattle is going to
It's a tough
fall off the
division.
map. It is going to be a
Tough
tough. It's been that division's been tough for
long time.
a while.
Yeah, other than Arizona, but they seem to be
Agreed.
climbing back up and at least
Yeah.
make it interesting.
Yep.
Make it interesting. So with that closes out our picks, our previews. Pretty much closes out the show. Obviously, Trey, thanks for being here.
Thanks, buddy.
2
Anytime.
weeks in a row,
Anytime.
representing Skull Nation, Skull to the Bull.
Skull to the bowl.
Skull to the ball.
Graham, we appreciate you being here as well, representing Chiefs.
Of course.
First
My
Chiefs
pleasure.
fan. So thank you for being on the show.
Absolutely.
It's easy being 7-0 and
you know,
being
they're-
on there.
Good chance. Who knows? Could
It'll
see
be
you back
7-1
this season.
soon.
Never know. At the moment, still undefeated.
Still undefeated.
Still
Till my
undefeated.
Bucks come to town, boy.
There it is.
Till the Bucks get them this weekend. With that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe wherever you listen to the banter, whether that's YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and we'll see you next week for Gridiron updates.
Skull.
To the ball.
Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe. Tune in next time for more Banter with the Boys.